Over the last 10 years, Centum has been able to build 2 schools, SABIS and Mathare, both with a combined capacity of more than 3,000 students. That's a lot of social impact. Stay tuned in as we find out more from James Mworia how he was able to deliver this with his team. My name is James Mworia, the Managing Director of NABO Capital, and you're watching Invest in Africa. James Mworia, what was your inspiration behind these 2 schools?
Thank you for that question. Several things. One, why education? And for me, education connects with me at a personal level because I am here because of education. I grew up in a small town, not from a particularly wealthy family, not well connected, but it's because of the educational opportunities that I had in my life. And therefore, education is perhaps the one thing that you can do that can really give people social mobility. And really, we are going to an era where if you don't have education, you will really have no role to play. So for me, personally, education is a subject very close to my heart. And a lot of the CSR we're involved in, and that I'm personally involved in, is around education. I've spoken earlier about what we've done at Machakos University with the scholarships, because that's actually was my key initiative there, is how can we give people who cannot afford, students who cannot afford. No student should drop out of school or not graduate because they cannot pay school fees. Yeah. Take the example of Machakos University. The cost per student per year is only 40,000 shillings. It's a lot of money to the students, but to the donors, the people contributed, they say, look, this is what you might spend on one lunchtime, but it can make a difference to a family, and sort of that is one. When my appointment in Laikipia, whatever amount I'm going to earn, I've put it again also into a scholarship program so that we can pay school fees for students. That's what we're doing in Vipingo, where we also build classrooms and we continue. So for me, education is critical, and that's why. So Mathare, we got into it in partnership with the Nairobi County Government when we were developing 2 rivers. And we requested the county government to identify for us the neediest part of Nairobi where we could go and build a school. And they identified the Mathare slums as one area, and they identified the school there, the Mathare Primary School, as a location where we could work jointly to build a brand new school. And the school we built there and that we designed there, we said, look, we want this school to be able to start to be a good school anywhere in Kenya. So we are not building a school for the people of Mathare, we are building a good school, because you know, the school experience is what gives young children dignity. I recall when I first went to Strathmore, and I found them painting a wall, and you'd see them painting a wall and you say, but there's nothing wrong with this wall. But it's about what maybe they were doing, and for me, went into my subconscious. I'd gone to study accounting, but it taught me excellence. Although that's not what I'd gone to study, but because of the environment. And so I'm a great believer in that a school should be an environment that creates that ambition in students to want to believe they can be more and to aspire for those high standards. And so that's a school we built there. So we built a brand new school next to the old school, and the county contributed the land. And then we came back here to our project and asked everyone who was participating in this project to contribute to that school. So, and to contribute pro bono. So the architect, the whole professional team, that school was designed by one of the leading architects in the world, Johan.
Wow.
By Bugatman. So they did it pro bono. The engineering team did it pro bono. The QS did it pro bono. And then even the contractor put it up at cost. So we ended up with a school that cost us about 20 million shillings. But the value of what was done in that school is closer to 500 million shillings. And that's a school we continue to support. And keen also to support the students from that school. Then SABIS arose out of Centum 3.0, where we identified education as a sector of focus. And then the question was, which operator globally can we identify that we can partner with here, who will prepare our students for the world we are going into. Not the world of the past, but the world we are going into. And in fact, it is you who identified SABIS as a partner when you had a meeting with them in Dubai and then later in Lebanon, and you brought them back to us, and we made that introduction, and we ended up eventually forming a company and a plan of rolling out schools across Africa, and identifying the land in Kiambu. And the interesting thing, we broke ground. We launched Two Rivers last year in February, and the following day we had a groundbreaking ceremony at the school in on Kiambu Road, and we opened this September. So from scratch to opening in September, and that's a vision. So it's not many people know about it here, but globally it's renowned. They've been in operation since 1886. And they get wonderful outcomes, not just in exams, but in terms of how their students then go on to perform in life, in terms of creating a platform for future learning. And so the design of the program is that, and the recognition is that in your lifetime, you might change careers at least 5-6 times. And therefore the ability to continue learning, reprogramming the software in here, which is the most important software, making it reprogrammable by giving you the foundations of learning and making sure that those essential learning elements are ingrained in you, and therefore you can reprogram yourself to a changing world. That is so it's not exam oriented. It's not measuring success by how well you pass exam, but it's success by how well you can learn and continue to evolve as opportunities change, and even be a catalyst of that change. And that's what we liked about it, and hopefully, and the reception has been wonderful. Hopefully in Centum 4.0 we'll do more. We'll roll out more schools, and more parents and children will get to benefit from this amazing opportunity.
No, very interesting. You say social mobility. And I think that's a very good takeaway from this conversation. As we've heard from James Mworia, in Centum 4.0, education is going to continue being central to that particular strategy. Thank you for watching. I hope you've been inspired. And my name is Pius Mushiri Mugo. You're watching Invest in Africa.